Hi, I'm Senpai, if you ain't already knew that, and I'm back at you with another video. In today's video topic, I will be discussing my stock market blunders and mistakes that I made when I first started investing in the stock market like 2 or 3 years ago, and how I plan on reinvesting into the stock market once I finish paying off all these fucking tickets and shit. That shit's bugging me, it's killing me. But once I get rid of that, I'm diving into the stock market head first, because the shit really can make you money as long as you're making informed decisions based off of your research and 8 key principles when looking into certain companies and figuring out if you want to invest in them or not. The reason that I wanted to make this video is because personally, I know a lot of people that are low-key afraid of the stock market or just are ignorant to it, just like how I was 2-3 years ago. And I'm here to say that in about 15 to 20 years, the world is finna be completely digital. Alright, all you hear is metaverse and NFT and crypto and Bitcoin and Binance and blockchain, and if you don't understand what that shit is, you finna be lost in translation, right? In about 15 to 20 years, cash is about to be grass. That shit's finna be toilet paper. So it's in your best interest to start getting into this digital space now rather than later. Especially good to get into it now while you're broke or don't have as much money or not where you need to be financially. So then when you get to those places where you need to be financially, you'll know what to do with the money and you won't be fumbling the bag, right? So without further ado, I'm gonna be covering 5 topics and giving you guys some insight on my stock market mistakes and blunders and how you can excel in the stock market and make you some money long term. Set up your kids, set up your family for the future, and never be broke again. Without further ado, let's get it. Hi, I'm Senpai. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I will be discussing my stock market blunders and mistakes that I made when I first entered the stock market, and how I plan to reinvest myself in the stock market once I pay off all of these fucking tickets. All right, so without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it. So when I first started investing in the stock market, I use this app / website called Stockpile. Very beginner friendly. Most major stocks are on this platform, and it's pretty easy once you actually start buying different stocks and start investing in stuff. And I'll go through everything as we go along. But the main reason I'm showing you guys this is there's 2 ways to make money in the stock market. The first is the value of the company rising, which makes your portfolio rise, right? So this stock right here, $87.90. Let's say this goes to $100, right? If I bought $5 worth of the stock and this goes up to $100, my portfolio is now worth probably $6.10, right? Because the overall value of the company increased. So me being a shareholder, even though only $5, my little stake of the company increases as well. That's the first way you make money. The second way you make money in the stock market is dividends, right? Most companies have dividends. The percentage and the payout rate varies between companies. So it's always best to read the company's white pages and just their overall mission statement, just to see what their percentages is that they pay out and how often. And as you see, from Yum, I received 3 cents at this time. So remember, when I first bought Yum, it was October, and I received my first dividend in December. So they pay out every 2 months. And Valero was 2 months as well. Now, with these dividends, the more stocks, the more shares that you hold, the more dividends that you receive, because the dividends is a percentage of, I believe is a percentage of your holdings, right? Not the overall stock price. It's a percentage of your holdings. So the more you hold, the more you're making dividends. And with Stockpile and other platforms, you can reinvest these dividends into your stock, and that shit adds up. All right, even though it's 3 cents every 2 months, you gotta remember you should be investing more money into it anyway. So this 3 cent can turn to 10 cent really fast, right? This 2 cent can turn to 20 really fast. So those are the two ways that you make money in the stock market, right? You see this, boom, 17-cent dividend from Ford, right? Ford was paying the biggest. Now with Ford, so I bought my first Ford in October 2018, but I didn't receive a payout. Sorry, my computer is a little slow. But I didn't receive a payout until March of the next year, right? So again, each company, do your due diligence and see how often they pay dividends and what's their percentage, right? Now I want to show you guys where I went wrong in this stock market. So let's go back down. So when I first bought Ford, the price was $8.41 a share, right? $8.41. Keep that in mind. Now, this is where I went wrong in the stock market, right? So as you can see, on April 2019, I was getting a little discouraged. I wasn't seeing the type of money that I thought I would be seeing in the stock market, even though I only invested $10 at this point in this share, right? I'm still like, I'm greedy, I'm impatient, and I'm like, where's the money? I thought you could make money from this shit. So I end up selling my one share that I had at $9.40. Now, remember when I first bought it, it was at $8.41. Now it's at, but I sold it at $9.40, right? And this was in 2019. So let's do a quick little search of Ford stock. Holy, year to date, Ford stock price is $20.25. Bought it at $8.41, sold it at $9.40. Now the stock price is $20.25. Had I simply held those shares because they were so cheap at that time, my money would have more than doubled just with having one share, right? And again, they were so cheap at that time. Had I put in $50 at $50 worth of stock at $8, I would now have 100 and it's more than double, right? More than double. And that's how the stock market is. You never can predict when stuff will go down, when stuff will go up, when companies will flop, when they will thrive. And it's just a matter of being patient and trusting these companies. I really didn't have trust in Ford at that time. And now look at me. Now, if I want to buy this stock, I got to pay $20. And so that's one of my blunders in the stock market, is not being patient and being discouraged due to greed and just ignorance, right? Not really understanding that the stock market is a long game. It's not for short-term gains at all. So that's Stockpile. And as you see, even today, like, I'm still earning dividends from the two that I still hold, Valero and Yum. And I pretty much just, and you see Yum, look at Yum, $133 a share. But when I first bought it, it was 87, right? So you make money with your money just sitting there, and as long as the company is thriving and the company's profits are increasing, your profits are increasing, right? And so yeah, I use Stockpile, very user friendly. You can track your daily, weekly, monthly stock value. A lot of this basically is just coming from those dividends at this point, because I haven't been investing. I've been mainly more so investing in crypto, which is what we're gonna go over to next. All right, but I definitely recommend Stockpile as a beginner stock market platform for you to use. Very easy to sign up, easy to deposit and withdraw, all that good stuff. Stockpile, shout out. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys my Blockfi account. And Blockfi is pretty much a crypto wallet where you can store your different cryptocurrencies that you purchase, and they cover most of the main ones. I don't think this is all that they have, but yeah, you can the yeah, you can transfer your Bitcoin, Ethereum into this wallet, and you earn interest while your Bitcoin is here, right? So my total interest that I've gained from this account so far has been 32 cent. And on the first of the next month, I will get another 18 cent in interest. And this amount is based off of how much you have in your account, right? Now for this account, I only deposited $100 worth of Bitcoin, but as you see, it says 105.43. That's because your balance is a direct reflection of the market. So if the market is doing good, your account will do good. If Bitcoin is down, your account will be down. I think like 4 or 5 days ago, this thing said 97. That's because Bitcoin was back down. So this is a direct reflection of the market, and I feel like this, keeping your crypto in BlockFi is better than just Coinbase because of the fact that you earn interest and you can reinvest this interest into your balance, right? So it's just a constant loop of making money. So this is the BlockFi breakdown of how the interest is calculated, the annual percentage yield, and they have it broken down by all of the cryptos that you're allowed to carry on this platform, right? So we'll look at Bitcoin. So from 0 to 0.1 Bitcoin, you get 4.5% APY, right? From 0.1 to 0.35% Bitcoin, you earn 1%. And these do stack. So if I have 0.34, I would earn a total of 5.5% APR, right? And I don't want to do the math on what that is and I don't want to do the math of what that is in the cash value, but just know the more Bitcoin that you hold in this wallet, the more interest that you make, which means the more money you have to reinvest into this wallet. And as far as crypto, at this point right now, I'm only purchasing about $25 worth of Bitcoin every week. That's the only coin that I'm investing in at the moment, again, until I pay off all these tickets and I have a little more breathing room as far as investing. I don't believe in the term spending money anymore, right? There's no such thing as spending money. Everything should be investing. You should be investing because your money is literally making money. So this is the third way that you can make money from the stock market and crypto, is by accruing interest and literally letting your money sit here and work for you, right? Versus sitting your money in Coinbase, which is cool. You can literally just transfer from Coinbase into BlockFi and this money works for you. So over time, you'll see that this shit will add up, especially if you're consistently investing and investing. It's only going to compound and build upon itself. And then you'll look up and your interest will basically be the amount that you were investing. At this stage in my life, I invest about $25 a week into Bitcoin. It's the only coin that I'm investing in right now. And every month I take the whole 100 and put it in the BlockFi. So I sit it in Coinbase for 4 weeks, boom, transfer it all into my BlockFi. So now I want to show you guys a real life example of how the stock market works and how you can make and lose money in the stock market, right? So today we're going to be looking at Chewy, mainly because this is the company that I currently work for. And this is a fairly young company. They're only 10 years old and their stock has only been trading for, it'll be 3 years next June, right? So pretty young on the stock market as well, pretty fresh. But as you can see, so this is the max, right? This is from when they first opened to now. If you invested in this thing when it first opened, You bought in for $35. Let's say you just bought 2 stocks, right? So that's $70. And then you're trotting along, days go by, months go by, and whoa, you start losing money, right? Well, in the stock market, this is not when you get discouraged. This is when you get encouraged, because in the stock market, the rule of thumb is you buy low, sell high, right? This is how you make money. You buy low, you sell high, because look what happened. And again, these things are a direct reflection of how well a company is doing. So, quick quiz. What happened to the world in February of 2020? Most historical event probably in human history, and which we will be talking about for years and years and years and years to come, right? What happened was the world shut down. Nobody could go anywhere. Stores were closed. People was getting laid off. And this is where Chewy thrived, and where if you invested in the stock market back here in February 2020, you were lit, because basically Chewy is a online pet retailer. So anything pet related, Chewy sells, and they don't have physical stores. Every purchase is made online, and they have plenty of warehouses all across the country. So what happened when the world shut down? Chewy ate all of that up from February 2020 to February 20, that whole year, a whole year, Chewy ate it up. Why? Because PetSmart, Walmart, Target, local feed stores, they weren't able to get supplies because their stores were closed. So what happened? When you can't do something, somebody's gonna go to your competitor and get the same thing and at cheaper value. Chewy has super competitive prices compared to the other retailers, and so they thrived that whole year. So if you bought 2 shares for $70 at 35, February of 2021, 118, you more than 35.70, you damn near tripled your money, right? So even at 2 stocks, that $70, you would have been sitting at $210 in February 12 of 2021. Now, this is how you make money in the stock market. This is how you lose money in the stock market. Let's say you were right here, December, and you've been watching the Chewy stock and you see how well it's been doing, right? So you're like, let me join in on this train. Let me buy in. You buy 2 stocks at $104, right? You buy 2 stocks. Boom, 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 boom. You made a little money in those 4 months. And then boom, you immediately lost money the very next month. Why? Because what happened in March of 2021? Oh, shipping containers getting lost in the ocean, and unemployment was booming, so nobody was working, and overseas issues with logistics, and manufacturers running out of cans, so they had to switch to putting the food in pouches. All kinds of bullshit started happening. So Chewy took a hit. All kinds of bullshit start happening. So Chewy took a hit, and now you see the stock has been steadily decreasing since March of 2021 of this year. So that is how you lose money in the stock market, by trying to buy high because you're joining the wave or you're joining the craze, and then boom, you immediately start losing money. Now you have to sell low because you want to either break even and try to save a little face, or just take the minimal loss that you can, right? So that is my experience in the stock market. And from one beginner to another, I'm just here to tell you that anybody can do this shit. Your granny can invest in the stock market. and make money from it. So it's really important to do our due diligence with this shit, because the world is becoming digital. Cash is going to be ass, right? So if you don't have no crypto, if you don't have no stock, if you don't have no electronic assets, electronic financial assets, and your money's not working for you, you're gonna be lost in about 15 to 20 years, and you're gonna be looking back like, fuck, I should have invested. Like people, Bitcoin 5 years ago, if you bought into Bitcoin 5 years ago, you are up right now. The fuck, like, and it's just simple as that. When a company or a project has longevity and people believe in it, and the company's actually doing good, you see what kind of benefits you can reap from it. Or you can be like Chewy. Now, I do have faith in Chewy, not gonna lie. I do have faith because, again, this thing's only been trading for 2 years and they've already started to hit a decline. So what's the old adage? What goes up must come down, right? In the stock market, that just means that Chewy was doing too well for that year, so their market had to adjust itself. Now, don't get it twisted. Chewy made, what was it? I think Chewy made $3 billion in that year, right? Just that year alone. So this company definitely has longevity. As long as they can fix these logistic issues and keep their prices competitive, I do see Chewy getting back up to this $100 mark and even surpass it. I definitely have faith in it. I'm waiting for it to dip back down to probably the $30 range, right? Because it started out at 35. So if you get back to 35, I'll jump into it for sure. But with that, this was my stock market blunders, and I hope you guys really start to research and invest in the stock market and cryptocurrency, because that's where the world is heading. So don't get left behind. Instead of buying at 3.5, just buy a gram and put 25 in Bitcoin, right? Instead of buying that girl OnlyFans, fucking put $10 into Apple stock. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying that big bottle of liquor, just get you $5 little dollar shots and put the rest in the stock market. Trust me, the short-term pleasure that you get from those shits ain't gonna be nothing compared to the long-term success that you see from investing your money and your time into these things. So, and that is all I have for y'all today. I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, let me know down in the comment section, and please leave a like and subscribe. Help me out with the algorithm. I'm just trying to get rich with y'all, man. So if you ain't trying to get rich, you can get the fuck on. Nah, I'm playing, but for real. Thank y'all for watching this video.